As you may recall, I started a new chronological rewatch of all 11 live-action Star Wars movies, with the intent of making videos discussing my thoughts on each and every one of them. Last time I discussed my thoughts on Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Overall, I thought the first installment of the prequel trilogy was an enjoyable experience, where the positives significantly outweighed the negatives. This time I'm discussing my thoughts on Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Released in 2002, this movie was the second installment of the prequel trilogy. You know, there was a time where I thought this movie was better than The Phantom Menace. I ended up making a complete 180 on this opinion during this rewatch. Overall, Attack of the Clones is flawed, but still entertaining. I feel like this movie was trying to be both a political thriller and a romantic drama at the same time. I felt that the former aspect of the movie was more interesting than the latter one. It was cool seeing Obi-Wan trying to hunt down the bounty hunter that's been trying to assassinate Padme. Not to mention, it led to us getting the origin story for the best Star Wars character, Boba Fett, along with our first look at the Clone Wars, the mysterious conflict first mentioned 25 years earlier in A New Hope. Again, all the actors did a good job with what they were given. Personal favorites include Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, Temuera Morrison as Jango Fett, and the late Sir Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. If I had to pick one non-action scene that really stood out to me, it would be the scene when Obi-Wan first confronts Jango Fett in Kamino. I like how Obi-Wan is trying to interrogate him as subtly as possible, but Fett still doesn't reveal anything. Episode 2 also had good action scenes. I think my personal favorite was Obi-Wan's fight against Jango Fett on Kamino. I like how both characters quickly lost their respective advantages, turning this fight into an intense, but fair one. I was also a fan of Yoda's lightsaber fight against Count Dooku. Yoda is my second favorite Star Wars character, and this was the first time that we ever saw him wield a lightsaber, making this fight very memorable. I have mixed feelings about the CGI. I don't think the animation models and environments innately look bad, but the lighting makes them look worse than they actually are. The brightness sometimes overpowers the colors and textures of the models, making them look like they're taken from a video game as opposed to a theatrical live-action movie. I don't like Anakin and Obi-Wan's dynamic in this movie, either. It seemed like George Lucas and Jonathan Hales were conflicted about whether or not to give them a brotherly relationship or a father-son one. The fact that Obi-Wan is nowhere as lenient towards Anakin as Qui-Gon was to him doesn't help either. Finally, let's talk about Anakin and Padme's romance. I don't think it's as awful as other Star Wars fans think it is, but it could have definitely been better. I think the big thing is that Anakin and Padme finally accepting that they love each other in Geonosis could have made a greater impact if they didn't kiss it all beforehand. They could still confess their love to each other and play with the idea of them getting together, but that kiss on Geonosis is supposed to emphasize that it's finally official. That's all I have to say about Attack of the Clones. Tune in next time when I discuss Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Hello, I see that you have reached the end of this video. If you liked what you just saw, you can give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter at DialogueNerdy. If you really want to, you can also ring the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video.